This is Jamie Boyum in Harrison County. I am here with Patrick Johnson with J-Star Ministries, and you made another one of your trips, I guess. And well, you've done several recently, Mineral Wells,
Yes, that's
right?
correct.
And then, but this trip yesterday, you took to Mississippi to help out some storm victims over there. How'd that whole thing go?
Yes, it went really well. There was a little miscommunication along the way with the length of time, but everything worked out for the good in the end. Went to Bogue Chitto, Mississippi, and I went to the Wash Trailer Park. That was a particular trailer park. It's owned by Josh and Jason, a father and son team. I believe I have the names correct. Wash, and there were about 25 trailers total, and if I'm not mistaken, 24 of them were destroyed, and so that's why I dropped off the supplies yesterday, because there are still people coming there just kind of, going over some things and cleaning, and so they're going to hand them off to the tornado victims.
Well, you were telling me that trailer park had 20, 25 trailers, and they were just completely destroyed, I guess.
Yes, it was pretty bad. It looked like somebody had gone in, or somebody had, dropped a bomb and it went off, and those were kind of the remains of whatever. It's just tin, metal scattered everywhere. The tractors were in there and they were already burning and kind of cleaning up the place, and just kind of going from there. So.
Wow, and and I guess a lot of these people that live in this trailer park, they were kind of down on their luck, right?
Absolutely. Talked to, some individuals, and they were just kind of explaining, the sequence of events, and, obviously the sounds, the, terror, and then also the next steps as far as, where they were going to go from there, what they were going to do. Talked to a guy from FEMA as well, and Brandy, young man down there coordinating supply drop-offs at the fire department, and so they had a lot going on, but the people are resilient, and they have faith, and they were very appreciative of what we dropped off yesterday. So I appreciate everyone for donating.
I guess sometimes situations like this, a little bit of time passes and the donations just kind of stop, right? I mean,
Yes.
People still need things.
People still need things. It's going to take a long time for recovery, and I believe that's what oftentimes people forget. Those that didn't have insurance, those that didn't have a savings, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Is there family nearby that they can go and live with? Red Cross is only able to do so much, and will only put, individuals up in hotel rooms for a certain length of time, and after that particular time expires, what is your next step from there? If you don't have the finances, if you don't have the family, if you don't have the means, then I've seen some people honestly living in their vehicles in a Walmart parking lot and just unfortunately doing other things, and it's very sad and very unfortunate.
Yeah, and this I guess it's a pretty small community. We're here in Harleton, which is also a pretty small community.
Right.
But that place was as well, right?
Yeah, really small. Small. Seems like a small but close-knit community. I got a chance to go by the high school and elementary school there as well. And everybody seemed to be, working together. Talked to some individuals there in Family Dollar that lived there, and, they were talking about the different locations and, again, what happened, and just talking about, basically trying to put the pieces back together to get back to as normal as possible.
Yeah, and then sad situation. You were also telling me that after a certain amount of time, people still have needs, but after a certain amount of time, they kind of disperse, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is very important. Whenever a natural disaster happens, I always try to get there as soon as possible. Again, and I've said it before, it's the sooner you get there with the supplies that the people need, that's all of a part of the healing process. But anything, honestly, after almost a week, unless it's a major disaster such as Hurricane Helene and, Camp Mystic, the people start to disperse, the location shut down, so you really don't have a place to drop off supplies, and the people have left, the hotels or what have you, or if they put them up in the local community center or even a high school for some, situations, they put them up there, they start to disperse, so it makes it harder. So the bottom line, the message is the sooner we can get supplies whenever any particular type of natural disaster happens, the better it is, always.
So I guess you getting there a week and a half out, something like that, it was just under the wire, right?
It was just under the wire, yes, absolutely. Because, again, time is of the essence. And, like I said, I was able to get them there and, drop them off at the Wash community where the majority of the damage happened. But any longer than that, if I had waited any longer, it would have been almost a wasted trip, to be honest.
I guess you were able to hand some of your donations out to victims, right?
To some victims, yes. It wasn't a whole lot, just being honest, like in times past. And again, that was because of the length of time, and they had already gone to other areas, and some with other family members, to my understanding.
So you talked with the mobile home park owners. Are they planning on rebuilding, or have they gotten to that point yet?
They really didn't say. Their main objective at that particular time when I was there yesterday was just kind of getting it cleaned up, and then they'll go from there. I believe that they'll rebuild and everything, but they didn't honestly say.
Okay. And so you were also talking about wildfires. I guess there's been maybe some homes that have burned in West Texas, some victims out there that maybe you might try to help?
Yes, the Canyon wildfire, which I think they have it 100% contained now, but some of the other ones they thought that they had contained, and it started again. So I've been talking to the fire departments out in Amarillo and some other areas. There's been lots of damage. Unfortunately, some animals, or livestock that was lost, and farmers are just really, I believe farmers have a tough time anyway, but this situation makes bad matters worse. So there's some homes destroyed, buildings, there's just a lot going on. And so I'm going to be in contact later on today with some individuals out there and look to possibly take some supplies out there to the fire departments. I think oftentimes we forget about the fire departments and how hard they work trying to put out the fires as well. And so the liquid IV, the water, the Gatorade, the granola bars, and all types of nutrition bars that will help them stay energized because they're working those long hours. And so I want to be a help and be a blessing to them as well.
All right. Will, is there anything you'd like to add?
As always, I want to thank our amazing donors and everyone that helped to make this trip possible. This was trip number 81, and it was a success, as the rest of them has been. And we definitely wouldn't be able to do it without the help of our amazing donors and volunteers. So thank you.
All right, good deal. Thanks a lot, Patrick. Appreciate the information, and good luck to you on future endeavors.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We'll have more later on KLTV 7 News and KLTV.com.